You can lead this off, Sharky.
Hello, Arash.
Hi, Sharky. I'm great. How are you doing?
I like
fantastic.
the hat. Thank you.
Very nice chapeau.
Very nice. Yes. Arash, who did get in the NFL Hall of Fame?
We don't know yet. So,
how do we know then that Belichick didn't?
Well, and this is where things get fun. So, these pearl clutchers have themselves a process, and they view their process as just, as important a thing as there may exist on planet Earth. The caramel secret has itself a process, and so too does the Pro Football Hall of Fame voting. Now,
anybody born after 1990 has no idea what the hell you just said. The caramel secret thing. Yeah, I loved it though. Good pull.
Yeah, everybody 35 and over is stunned right now.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Here's my read on this. That Bill found out he wasn't going in, and Bill and his people leaked the news. Somebody gave Bill the heads up that it wasn't happening. This is the way I've come to understand it, that the 50 voters are on some kind of video call, Zoom call, whatever, and they're kind of deliberating and they're talking about it, whatever. And it started to become kind of clear that it wasn't that they weren't voting for Bill. The problem with this whole Hall of Fame thing is how flawed their process and system is. Like, Bill goes in with like the old timers group. It's the athletes, the executives the athletes who didn't get in the first time around get kind of a second, almost like in baseball with the Veterans Committee. So this was the last go around for Roger Craig and L.C. Greenwood, whatever. Every voter gets only 3 votes on their ballot. And so one of the guys who didn't vote for him is a Kansas City writer who's been there forever at the Kansas City Star. And he said, look, it's not that I didn't vote for Belichick. I went into the Zoom call fully expecting Belichick is going to be number 1 on my list. But then I realized if I don't vote for the other dudes, they're never going to get in. So
it was their last kick at the
This was their last kick at the can. So the whole thing is just one big bleep show. Like, the fact that there isn't a category just for coaches is ridiculous. And now the Hall has put itself in a position where, without debate, the greatest football coach to ever live is now not a first ballot Hall of Famer. And so where does that leave the credibility of what you are as an institution?
The whole process, not only the process flawed, but telling me that you're the Hall of Fame and all the bests are here, and that guy's got more Super Bowl rings than probably everybody else that's going to get in combined this year. Like, to me, it's they dismiss the validity of what they are.
Yeah, and I just think every Hall of Fame is screwed up. I really do.
I agree.
Hockey, we have no idea what the criteria and what goes on behind this cloak of secrecy. Baseball has just become the biggest hypocrisy of it all. Basketball, they just let everybody in. Like, I grew up worshiping Magic Johnson and the Showtime Lakers. Like, love them. I went and covered the 2024 induction when Vince Carter got in. I'm like, Michael Cooper? I'm like, Coop was a bench player for those Lakers. I'm like, Coop, I love you to death, but Hall of Fame? Like, I mean, and now the football thing is just such a schmoz. Like, it's not just reserved for one sport or the other. All of them are screwed up.
This one looks really gross.
Okay, so the Kansas City guy, is he the only one that's talked about not voting? Has anybody else talked about not voting for him? And
so far, from what I've seen, he was the first one. Now the Hall of Fame has come out and said, there's a leak here, and we're going to get to the bottom of this, and whoever's done this, this is sacred, and we're going to remove their vote. How about you look in the mirror and just say, wait a minute, maybe what we're doing is totally messed up. Here's the other thing, guys. There's 50 people who get to vote. You know how you lose your vote? It's when you die. Like, there's no fresh blood in there. There's no new school people. There's no understanding of analytics. There's nobody who's, can relate to the social media era and the new generation athlete and all that kind of stuff. We still have voters out there 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and water makes you weak. That's a problem.
Water makes you weak.
Yeah.
No water.
Geez, I was thinking about that the other day, actually. It's like, you're not having any water. Go again.
Love those practices.
I love the backlash from everybody. But the only thing that I was thinking of is, this guy from Kansas City, kind of, you make sense of that. And I'm like, it would have been pretty easy to start whittling down who didn't vote for him. Because if you know the people that get a ballot, so then you just, reporter guy, you ask them, did you vote? How did you vote? And if they say, I'm not going to discuss that, check mark, didn't. The other guys, it's like, no, I voted for him to go in. Okay, you're good.
It shouldn't even have been a vote. It should have just been, this is the winningest coach of all time. Check, done. Pick 3 more.
When you say it with that hat on, it's very convincing. It is. I feel like I'm an old gangster movie.
Here.
If you're not watching
Sean
the stream,
Connery, another horribly old reference, Sean Connery from The Untouchables.
Yes, I do have a little bit of that look going right now, don't I? Yeah.
You want to get Capone? When they come to you with a knife, you come with a gun. That's how you get Capone. Sharky, that's what we got going on here today.
I like it.
Let's go to Olympic stuff here in a bit, but first off, let's go to the CFL. Keyshawn Johnson, Riders re-sign him. That was kind of leaked yesterday, and it came out. Austin Mack to the Edmonton Elks. That makes sense. Elks needed to do something. I was thinking maybe Ottawa somehow, some way, or Edmonton. Just your take on what's going on in the CFL so far.
Love the Austin Mack move for Edmonton. Here's what that tells me. It tells me a couple of things. One, Cody Fajardo is talking to Ed Hervey, and Ed Hervey is listening to his quarterback. This is a dramatic change from the Ed Hervey early in his career as an executive who wanted nothing to do with his players. Austin Mack was instrumental in Montreal winning the Grey Cup. What was it, 3 years ago when they upset Winnipeg? Fajardo drives the field 80-something yards in the final minute or two. Austin Mack was the best player on the football field that night. The chemistry, the rapport that Fajardo and Mack have is real. That's the quarterback calling up his GM and saying, hey, go get him. That can just elevate our offense right away. That's going to improve our offense right away. Montreal doesn't want to pay the offseason bonuses, whatever. Those are the dudes you go pay. Now, he's not Kenny Lawler, but he can provide a real jolt to that Edmonton offense. The fact that he and Fajardo can speak the same language is massive. I think that's going to help Edmonton's offense a ton.
And I don't expect you to know inside baseball all that much here in Sasky, but right away, and it already came on the Prairie Land Rentals text line today, every day someone update on AJ Allen, update on AJ Ouellette, update on AJ Allen, update on AJ Ouellette. I don't know. We've all agreed here, we think AJ Ouellette, there is a surgery, everything's being weighted. AJ Allen, though, do you think O'Day's grinding away, or does it kind of look like he is going to get to the window here or going to explore what's out there?
I don't know. I mean, I'll just begin with that.
Fair.
I don't know. What I do know is that the legal tampering window begins this weekend. Now, what does that mean? That means that other teams can start talking to other players' agents. But here's the other thing that they can do. Teams can start looking in, like there's an agreement that teams can ask other teams' medical staffs for their files, for their information, for background.
Really?
And the understanding is that there will be cooperation and honesty back and forth so that, hey, we're interested in player, one of these guys who's a pending free agent on your team, but he missed the last 6 games with an injury. What's going on there? How is the knee? What's happening there, etc.? So I think it's going to be interesting starting this weekend for any pending free agent they're going to get a gauge themselves on, hey, how many other teams have a little bit of interest in me? And then based on that, maybe your number changes, good or bad, if you're the player. Hey, I got 4 or 5 phone calls from 4 or 5 different teams. I'm going to market. If my phone's kind of quiet, it may be, okay, maybe I'll go back to the team that I was kind of with and be willing to listen to the money they're offering. So it's almost like it gives you a little bit of an indication of where the market is on you before the sweepstakes officially get underway.
It's interesting you say that as I look at who's left on the rider list.
Yeah.
Jake Mayer, right, who I think can make more money and might have more value. Yeah, I agree.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
AJ Allen, why can
Baldonado resigned.
Baldonado, did he?
I thought.
I don't think he has. When we got Malik Carney's not re-signed, and AJ
Mike Rose.
Mike Rose. Which one of those two is older, Carney or Rose?
Feels like Mike Rose has been around the league forever.
Yeah, I thought Rose was a little long in the tooth. Yeah.
So I'm listening to all those names, Sharky.
What about Philippe Gagnon?
I'm listening to all these names, and again, this is not sourced. I'm just like doing the mental Rolodex right now.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like, Jake Mayer's not going back there. There's no chance for him to play, barely to compete for a roster spot. I think it would make the most sense for Jake Mayer to end up in Ottawa.
Yeah, I think that's the next big spot. Yeah. That's a spot that it's got the most openings for a quarterback, if you will.
No, like, nobody's fully committed to Drew Brown there. And the comments that came out of the GM meetings in Calgary, it's a very, Drew's our quarterback. He's on our roster right now. We're going to evaluate everything, blah, blah, blah. That's an open quarterback job.
There's no committal there.
I think, and like, Jake's been around a while, I think Jake Mayer and Ryan Dinwiddie may have had some overlap together in Calgary way back when Jake was a young player and Dinwiddie was the quarterback's coach of the Stampeders, I think.
In his first year up, if he had. Yeah.
If only there was a way to figure that out with the Google machine, but
Yeah. If there was only something we could open and look at to tell us that answer.
I'm looking so many things up for you guys. Hold on. Mike Rose is 33. Malik Carney is 30.
See, that's right.
Baldonado is not signed. Ooh. And now I'm looking Jake Mayer and Dinwiddie timeline.
Baldonado's the one I think they got to get the paper done. I really liked him last year. I thought he was a heck of a player for us. And he fills that, what do we call it, the European or the international role so well. Yeah.
Let's shift here. 1 week from today. Today, Winter Olympics begin in Italy.
Rinks ready March 1st, isn't that what
hockey? Yeah, I don't know what the new update is there. Are you excited? What are you hearing, Arash? People?
Like, this segment today is making me feel ancient because what I was about to say is, remember when, like, not that long ago, there was like a lead up to the Olympic Games. There was an excitement to the Olympic Games. We kind of knew some of the names of the athletes, like Kurt Browning and Elvis Stoico were big deals. Even Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer and
Ross Vermagliati. Well, actually, he kind of came out of nowhere.
Mark McMorris,
who's back for another one.
He
presumably
is.
His last one.
What was Gaetan Boucher?
Sarajevo, all the way back to the Yugoslavia. Yeah, Yugoslavia Olympics.
What happened to Sarajevo? He used to play hockey there. It used to be like a bustling place for events.
That was in a war.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's no longer with.
Like, I don't think it's on the map much
Rubble
anymore. Yeah,
like Frank Slide style.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But anyway, sorry, Arash.
No, it's just like, the unfortunate part of all this is, like, you think about the lead up to these Olympics, and have we heard anything other than will or will the hockey rink not be ready? It's such a disservice to these athletes. Like, there are 207 Canadian athletes going to Milano Cortina to represent our country at the Olympics.
Give us some names.
I get it.
Give us some names.
I'll give you some names in a sec. I just want to make one point here. I fully understand we're all going to be interested in what's going on in hockey. But there are 170 other Canadian athletes going to participate, to compete, and this is their moment. And so, like, for those watching and listening, give them their due, give them their time. You're going to love it. Like, that's the thing about the Olympics. We suddenly all become ice dance experts, like out of nowhere in the middle of it. You come back to the coffee and you're like, the bobsled, what were they thinking on that seventh turn? Like, suddenly we're like, we all know how to drive a sled, It's amazing how it goes.
Big ski jump guy.
Let's not lose that this winter.
Big ski jump guy.
I love that ski cross race where there's 4 across and they're going down the hill and they got to race each other. That's the one I like.
You strike me as more of a luge doubles guy.
No. Don't really care about tobogganing. But that ski cross race, that looks like fun.
Before you give us name, but like this isn't sprinkle of the day for sportselect.com, but I did this yesterday and then I went back and Arash, I don't know if you have Sports Select. Go to Futures, Sharky on Sports Select. You are in for a wild ride when it comes to the Olympics. I don't know if you could put down a sprinkle on Sports Select for, let's go, luge doubles men's winner. Artel and Wendell are the favorites at 190. You could be up at 4 a.m. watching doubles luge and just glued to the TV in the next couple weeks here. It's awesome, Arash.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's happening in Italy. So the time zone is a good 7 hours away. So, a morning event, a 10 a.m., 11 a.m. event is bright and early or late at night, depending on how you like to go about things. 3, 4 in the morning. The Olympics are made for patriots, insomniacs, and degenerate gamblers. Like, that is...
Rin!
Yeah, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, like you tell me that Grubritz and Oppenheimer aren't going to be ready to go? If I know those guys.
Yeah, they'll be there.
Speed skating.
Okay, so let me tell you a speed skating story. So Pyeongchang 2018, I have a break in the afternoon, and friends of mine from university I haven't seen in a long time, they're like, yo, we're at Canada Olympic House. Come join if you have some time. So I go to Canada Olympic House. I see them. We're hanging out. And then I got to find my way to the long track speed skating venue. So once you're out of like the inside the like security venue of the Olympics, like getting in is a thing. So I finally train and bus. I get outside the building. I'm like, where am I going? I see 5 people all in orange Netherlands jackets. It says Netherlands speed skating. I'm like, oh, okay, these guys know where they're going. I start following them. So I start chatting with them, thinking they're coaches or officials or whatever. Guys, they are fans who have flown to South Korea
just
because long track speed skating is the number 3 sport in the country, they tell me.
Yeah.
Soccer 1, field hockey 2. And so at the time, and he's competing this year in his 3rd one, Ted Jan Bloemen, who grew up in the Netherlands, immigrates to Canada because he got cut from the junior national team in the Netherlands in speed skating, skates in the 5,000, the 10,000. He's going up against Sven Kromer of the Netherlands, his rival.
Kromes.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm from Canada. They're like, Ted Jan, that traitor. I'm like, that traitor, you guys cut him. And that night, Ted Jan beats Kromer for 10,000 meter gold.
Nice.
And Ted Jan's coach comes through the mix zone after and he says, the king is dead. Long live the king. Like send Cromer down, and all I could think about was those 5 guys in their jackets and how pissed off they would be. They traveled all the way around the world to see their boy lose.
Okay, we're gonna go to break. And we gotta end it. But I've looked up this one. There is nothing. You correct me if I'm wrong. There's not a longer event in the Winter Olympics that like start to finish, like the marathon in the summer ones, than the 10-kilometer pursuit biathlon.
Yes.
That has a future. So that's entertainment for what, 4 hours?
With guns.
Lou Ginamonte is the front runner. I love Elvira Oberg. Got to be from.
You love Elvira Oberg.
Her name. That's a handle. She pays 5-1. Elvira.
You got to take the favorites there.
Oak Ridge boys.
Now, if your friends at Sports Select could somehow make the Team Pursuit Biathlon have a live line, then we're really cooking with gas.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Oh, I can't wait to talk about this again next week. I can't wait. I'm getting in on some biathlon gambling, boys. I've never done it. Talk to you Tuesday.
Why is Bernie asleep in the studio? Well, he stayed up all night watching the biathlon.
Yeah. I guarantee I'll be like, the TV will be on, and my wife will go, it's not, the British Open's not on. What are you doing? Because that's when I watch TV all night long. British Open. Yeah, so I'm getting in. Let's go. Elvira, let's get the shirts made for next week. Okay, talk to you Tuesday, bud.
All right, see you, boys.
See ya.